Not all superpowers are super.
You just gotta know how to use them.
You are now watching WhoDooTV.
Welcome to WhoDooTV. I'm Jared.
And I'm Hooser.
And today we're talking about Secret Weapons #1.
Yes. Academy-nominated writer for the adaptation of Arrival, Eric Heisserer, is writing Secret Weapons.
Yeah, and his quality, the fact that he's Academy-nominated really just shows itself in this book.
Right.
The quality of writing is really, really good. It's amazing.
Right. So what I like about this is a guy who was hired to write the screenplays for Bloodshot and Harbinger.
Oh, yeah,
right?
nice.
So
cool,
he was
cool.
done to do those adaptations. And then while he was reading Harbinger and writing it, he says he fell in love with Livewire. Her power is to talk to machines.
You're right.
Which is a great connection. And then you look at what he got an Academy Award nomination is for a lady who can language.
Yeah,
she can understand language. She can teach people language.
Very much
she learned language from aliens.
Mm-hmm. Communication is very big. Yeah.
Right. And so they go hand in hand, and it makes sense that he would write something about someone with that similar connection of I know how to talk to things that other people do not know how to talk to.
He comes at this in a totally different angle. He uses Harada's rejected heroes or rejected powers, and Livewire brings them together in a way, which is really interesting.
This book takes place in Oklahoma City, and Livewire is learning that Harada had a facility she never knew about for some of the activated psiots that didn't have the greatest of powers.
Yeah, they weren't necessarily useful to Harada at this point because their powers were meek or not helpful in any way.
Right.
For instance, we have a character who lights up inanimate objects when he touches them.
Right. So he could have a baseball bat, just a glowing baseball bat.
Exactly. Then for Harada, he didn't see that as valuable.
Right. And then another one, he has the ability to basically conjure objects, but he has no power of what objects he's conjuring.
Or when.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which sucks.
Right. And then we have another one that talks to birds. And so the beginning of this book just basically starts off with Livewire learning about this facility where these less desired psiots would be taken after being activated. And this place is left in ruins. And she learns about this facility brand new. And then she also learns that they're being hunted, not knowing where any of them are. So this book really gets into Livewire's heart, and she wants to teach these kids how to live, how to be who they are. And it really brings on a really good side of her. Definitely.
I agree. It really highlights how caring she is. And I like that a lot.
And then we do get a new old villain, Rexo, comes back from the original Valiant. And he is hunting the psiots. So this book, just starts off great. You have not read Valiant a lot.
No, I'm Greenhorn in the Valiant area.
What did you think of this book, kind of just jumping into it?
I thought it was great, especially because it's new characters. You know, I didn't have to necessarily know the backgrounds of these younger characters, the ones that were stuck in the willows. Livewire I've known a little bit about, and through our conversations, like, I've kind of gotten caught up on who she is, and it was fun. It was really good. There was a little bit of comedy in it, which I thought was interesting. I guess comedy in the way of powers not necessarily working out in the way that they want them to, in the moment that they want them to. It's a great issue that's accessible to anyone, I think.
Right.
It's beautifully drawn, but it's interesting that it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of depth necessarily, like a 3D depth, which is a cool look to it. Harkens back to old comics, you know, a golden age of comics where it was kind of almost a flat panel and you see people here and there. Though there are perspectives of it, does show like a 3D location, just kind of how it's drawn together, leaves it in a 2D space, which I really like the aesthetic of it. I thought it was really interesting.
And there's a good mix of it, because it's not like that for the whole book.
No.
There's certain pieces where they're sitting on rooftops, and it's very depth. It's a good mix.
Yeah, it's a change of that traditional action comic book look that we see in any other title that you pick off the shelf, which I really appreciate. It's different.
It was a very smooth flowing book, from how it goes from one scene and jumps from one scene to another, different places from another. Heisserer did a really great job of how it flowed.
Yeah.
And I really recommend it. This is a good book. I'm excited for it. I got pre-orders where you had to get them in, you had to buy the whole arc up front, and you're going to get some extra behind the scenes, extra edition. I
got to tell you though, Hooser, I was doing some research on the title and just kind of trying to get my bearings on who the artist was, who the colorist was, and looking at their histories, and I came across this title again, and I was just reading through it, and then I was reminded that this is a limited title, and I was like immediately just disappointed again because I enjoyed it so much. I was like, this is a title that I just want to keep going. I want to keep reading this, and I mean, I can't. Issue 2 is going to be awesome too, I think.
So that's one of the things that's really good about Valiant, is they may start with the limited edition. That's how Faith started. She started with a 4-part book.
Okay.
And that's how Britannia is. Now you're already in the 2nd part.
That's true. That's a good point.
So it's something that happens. Divinity, the first 4-part, and then you had Divinity 2, Divinity 3, and now we're already getting an Eternity. So it's one of those things where if it sells, people like it, people are going for it, and it's working, Valiant's probably going to pick it up, maybe do an ongoing or another short series with it and keep going.
Well,
so it's really depends on how it works and how people react to it.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I'm already a fan. I think this is great. When this comes out, you guys definitely got to check this out.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm in for it. So I'm giving, I mean, art-wise, I'm giving this probably about a 4 for art. And for writing, it is up there. It's 4.75. So overall, 4.5 for this book for me.
Yeah, I think this book, I'm not going to tiptoe around it just being awesome and me loving it and just give it a 4.5. I'm just going to give this a 5.
You liked it that much?
I really like this one. This one was so good. So, yeah, 5. It's my first 5 I've given.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yep. You heard it, guys. Secret Weapons #1. Eric Heisserer does a great job in the writing. Raul Allen, solid art.
Yeah.
And
Patricia Martin is, the coloring is really cool. So it's great palette. Yep. Enjoy it. Yeah.
Yep. So go get this book, get it on your pull list, and support Valiant.
Yeah. Give them all you want.
All right. Thanks for coming in, guys. Subscribe to us down below and follow us on Twitter at WhoDooTV.
When this comes out, please let us know what you guys think. Can't wait to hear what everybody else is thinking about this one.
Look forward to it.
Yeah.
One thing to note, we are starting to do Tuesday lives. So come join the chat. We'll have a chat room. We'll respond to the chats. We'll talk about what came out last week and what we are looking to get the next day.
Yeah.
So it's Tuesdays at Pacific Standard Time, 6:30 on Tuesday nights.
Yeah. Hope you guys can join us.